Okay, so now that we have talked about describing or visualizing qualitative data, let's turn next to visualizing quantitative data. And the first thing we need to do is download a data set again. And for that purpose, I will go again to the World Bank Development Indicators database. And so we will first download the data and then we'll clean it up a little bit in Excel. And then once we have the data, we can get started talking about the various tabular and graphical descriptive statistics that we have available. So let's go to the World Bank Development Indicators database, which you see here, and maybe it already looks a little bit familiar. But this time, what we will do is we will only take data from two regions, namely Latin America and the Caribbean and Sub-Saharan Africa, because we want to compare them. So in the WDI, what you can do is we always start by selecting the countries. And then you can see here's a little filter, and if you click on that filter, you have the regions. So let's start with Sub-Saharan Africa. So now all the countries that you see here, the 48 countries, they are all Sub-Saharan African countries. So now we store them in our query, and now we add next. So we uncheck against Sub-Saharan Africa, and now we pull up the Latin American and Caribbean countries. You see those are another 47, and we add these. So now what I did is I selected the countries in a way that I know that the first batch are the Sub-Saharan African countries, and the second one the Latin American ones. And it should become clearer once we see the data set that we will download. So in the next step, we select the series, and I only want to download two series. The first one is GDP per capita. So we can narrow down the search, GDP. And then we have to search for GDP per capita. The one that we want is GDP per capita in purchasing power parity in constant 2021 international dollars. So we select these, and you can see we have now made one selection. The second indicator that I want to download is the fertility rate. And the second one that you see here, the fertility rate, total birth per woman. So I click on these, and we select now the time, and let's see what we get if we click on 2024. And apply changes, and actually what I will do is I will select the last 5 years, and then we can take the average. So this way we make sure that we have at least one observation, because if I took only 2024, there's a great chance that some data is not yet available, but if I take the last 5 years, we can actually take the average of the last 5 years. Okay, so what did we do? So we selected first the countries. First we selected the Sub-Saharan African countries, and then the Latin American countries. Then we selected two series, GDP per capita and the fertility rate, and we selected the last 5 years. And so now if we download the data, again you go to advanced options, and what you want to do is you want to download the data as a list, and then you can download it. And of course I will make that data available to you as well. So in the next video we will start working on the data set and clean it up a little bit.